has already begun to slow. 4 quiet places are waiting in a single line. Nothing will rush you from one to the next. The hours can blur without effort. This is one long stretch of calm. The spaces will change, but the pace will not. And the night will keep carrying you forward. Above the closed museum wing, the observatory library remains lit. 2 red desk lamps hold their low circles across the tables. Tall windows face the dark dome beyond the corridor. Nothing is being prepared for visitors tonight. Past the catalog drawers, the upper stacks remain still. A vent keeps one even breath along the ceiling. No page is being checked now. Near the entrance arch, a brass stand holds a museum map under glass. Its corners remain fixed beneath round screws. No finger traces a route there. A rope barrier hangs between 2 dark posts. Its cord keeps one curve. No clasp is lifted tonight. Along the central table, reference books remain open where they were left. Their cream pages hold pale blocks of diagrams and notes. No hand turns them. A magnifying glass rests near one margin beside a pencil tray. Its lens keeps a dull red reflection. Nothing is examined now. At the first window, a narrow stool stands under the star charts. Its wooden seat remains clear in the lamp glow. No coat is folded there. Beyond the pane, the dome roof shows one pale arc against the sky. The metal remains cold and dark. No panel opens there. On the left wall, card drawers run in a row beneath a shelf. Small brass poles catch the light one after another. No drawer slides out. Typed labels remain centered in their frames. The letters stay sharp. No card is removed tonight. Near the atlas case, a long ladder rests against the upper shelves. Its wheels remain turned inward on the rail. No rung is touched. A folded dust cloth hangs from one side hook. Its edge remains straight. Nothing shakes it loose. At the center desk, an angle-poised lamp stays lowered over a marked page. The red shade keeps the light close to the paper. No new line appears. A fountain pen lies beside a capped inkwell. Its nib remains clean. No ink darkens the sheet. Beyond the side door, the narrow corridor to the dome remains dim. Floor tiles keep one faint line from the wall lights. No step enters there. A metal sign reads, "Staff access only," beside the handle. Its surface remains flat. No key turns under it. From the high shelves, dark bindings look down in ordered bands of brown and blue. Gold titles remain thin and steady on the spines. No volume leans free. A strip of shadow lies between the top shelf and the molding. It remains unbroken. No dust falls through it. At the chart cabinet, one drawer sits fully closed beneath a row of brass frames. Constellation names remain printed on ivory tabs. No section opens. A rolled sky map rests in the side tray under two ribbon ties. The paper stays curled. No knot is loosened there. Near the rear wall, a globe of the moon stands beneath a clear cover. Its craters hold soft gray shapes under the red light. Nothing rotates it. A tiny brass plate at the base shows the maker's name. The letters remain clear. No thumb brushes the edge. From somewhere beyond the dome corridor, one relay gives a light click. Not sharp, not repeated. Then the library returns to its held quiet. The lamps keep their circles. The shelves remain unchanged. At the second table, a stack of copied observation logs rests beneath a paperweight. Their corners stay aligned in a neat, pale block. No sheet is lifted. A ruler lies beside them across a folded blotter. Its edge keeps one straight line. Nothing shifts it aside. On the far shelf, glass jars hold old lenses in padded rings. The rims remain clear behind their labels. No lid turns. A polishing cloth remains folded beside the jars. Its fabric stays smooth. No hand reaches down. At the window latch, dry rain marks remain on the outer pane above the stone sill. They catch a faint line from the nearest lamp. No cloth wipes them away. Beyond them, the dome keeps its dark curve over the sleeping roofline. The museum grounds remain empty. No late visitor crosses the terrace. Inside the card index, hundreds of stars remain arranged by name and number. The drawers keep their patient order. No search begins. At the reading rail, a brass plaque reads, "Please return items to desk." Its surface remains warm with old polish. No book rests against it now. Nothing begins. Nothing ends. The observatory library keeps its late arrangement under the red desk lamps, quiet and exact, while the dark dome waits beyond the corridor. Near the side shelf, a tray of sharpened pencils remains beside a square eraser. Their points stay even in one calm row. No note is made. A weathered notebook rests beneath the tray with its elastic band in place. The cover remains shut. Nothing opens it tonight. At the final table, one chair stands a little farther back than the others. Its position remains unchanged in the low red light. No hand returns it to the line. The open books remain where they were left. The dome corridor stays dark beyond the side door. Morning has not reached the windows yet. Beyond that side door, the corridor to the dome keeps its narrow line. Wall lamps remain low above the tiles. No step enters there. At the threshold, a rubber mat lies square against the stone. Its edges remain flat. No dust is carried over it. Along the corridor wall, framed eclipse photographs hang in a measured row. Their dark circles remain centered under the glass. No frame tilts. Small brass captions sit beneath them in one pale line. The names remain readable. No finger follows them now. Near the first alcove, cabinet of spare bulbs stands with its door shut. Labels remain fixed across the shallow drawers. No handle is pulled. A service torch hangs from one side hook beside the frame. Its strap keeps a loose loop. Nothing lifts it free. At the end of the passage, the dome door remains sealed under a heavy wheel latch. Its paint keeps a worn gray sheen in the wall light. No hand turns it. A warning plate reads, "Authorized staff only," at eye level. The letters remain sharp. No key reaches the lock below. Back in the library, the red desk lamps continue across the open books. The pages keep their pale diagrams. The pen remains by the capped inkwell. At the second table, the copied logs remain under their paperweight. The ruler stays across the blotter. No sheet is drawn loose tonight. Near the moon globe, the clear cover keeps one dim reflection of the nearest lamp. Gray craters remain still beneath it. Nothing rotates there. The brass maker's plate stays bright at the base. Its screws remain fixed. No thumb touches the edge. On the upper shelves, dark bindings continue in ordered bands above the ladder rail. Gold titles hold their thin lines in the red light. No volume leans forward. A gap between two atlases remains narrow and dark. It does not widen. It does not close. At the chart cabinet, the rolled sky map remains under its ribbon ties. The paper stays curled. No knot loosens. Ivory tabs continue in their row across the drawer fronts. Names of constellations remain printed there. No search begins at the brass pulls. From beyond the dome door, no mechanism wakes inside the roof. No slit of night appears. No wheel begins to turn. Only the corridor lamps remain between the library and the sealed round room. Their light stays low. Their hum stays mild. At the outer pane, the dry rain marks remain above the sill. The dome beyond keeps its dark curve over the roofline. No terrace light brightens there. Lower down, the museum grounds remain empty around the stone path and hedges. No guard crosses the court. No late van enters the drive. In the card index, hundreds of names remain arranged by number and alphabet. The drawers stay shut. The labels stay centered. The brass pulls catch the lamp glow one after another, and then let it go. Nothing interrupts the line. Nothing reaches in to search among the stars tonight. At one lamp base, dust rests by the shade. It stays still. No mote stirs. At the final table, the chair that stands slightly back remains where it was left. Its shadow stays soft on the floorboards. No hand returns it to the line. The open books remain under red light. The chart drawers remain closed. Morning has still not reached the windows. Near the atlas stand, a brass compass rests in a felt-lined tray. Its needle remains dark under the red light. No hand tests it. A note card beside the tray shows one accession number in ink. The line remains clear. No second number is added. At the far window, the latch keeps a thin reflection above the stone sill. The pane remains cold. No curtain covers it. Beyond the glass, the dome roof keeps the same quiet arc over the sleeping wing. No slit opens there. No mechanism wakes before dawn. On the nearest open page, a printed orbit diagram remains under the lamp. The circles hold their fine black lines. No margin note joins them. A paper slip lies under the blotter edge. It stays hidden by half. No one pulls it free. At the far end of the quay, one office remains lit. A square of yellow light rests above the loading bays. The harbor windows face dark water and silent cranes. Nothing is being checked for departure tonight. Below the office, the dock road remains empty. A heater gives one low breath near the stairwell. No engine starts beneath it. Near the entrance door, a boot tray rests against the wall. Its rubber grooves hold pale traces of dried salt. No wet step returns there. A wall clock hangs above a steel coat rail. The minute hand moves without sound. No one looks up at it. Along the front windows, long desks face the sleeping harbor. Their varnished tops hold thin reflections from the lampshades. No chair is pulled closer. Clipboards remain stacked in one careful row near the glass. The top sheet stays flat. No corner lifts from it. At the first desk, a cargo manifest lies under a clear paperweight. Columns of port names remain in black type. No line is crossed through. A capped pen rests beside a calculator near the margin. Its buttons remain dark. Nothing is entered there. Beyond the panes, the dock cranes stand over the black basin. Their long arms hold still against the clouded sky. No hook descends. A red lamp remains fixed at the tip of the nearest jib. Its glow stays steady. No signal changes there. Near the filing cabinet, a radio unit rests on a side shelf. Its speaker grill remains silent. No call comes through. A handwritten shift note lies tucked beneath it. The page remains folded in half. No hand opens it tonight. At the center table, a harbor chart remains spread under two brass weights. Berth numbers and depth lines cross in pale ink. No route is traced there. A ruler lies across the lower edge beside a sharpened pencil. Its straight side keeps one clean line. Nothing is measured now. From the stair below, one soft metallic sound reaches the office. Not loud, not repeated. Then the room returns to its held quiet. The desks keep their order. The windows remain unchanged. At the far wall, a shelf of binders stands above a closed storage chest. Their labels face outward in white strips. No spine is touched. A torch rests beside the final binder on a folded cloth. Its lens remains clear. No beam wakes there. Near the kettle counter, a mug sits beside an empty tin of tea bags. A ring of dried color remains at the bottom. No steam rises from it. A metal spoon lies across the saucer in one dull line. It remains still. Nothing stirs the cup. Below the outer lamp, the key surface keeps a faint, wet sheen. Puddles hold the yellow light in broken shapes between the painted lines. No boot crosses them. A safety chain hangs across the lower loading door. Its links keep a heavy curve. No clasp is lifted there. At the second desk, a ledger remains open to the customs page. Dates and initials fill the last visible column. No new entry appears. A stamp pad rests beside a wooden-handled seal. Its lid remains closed. No ink darkens the page tonight. Near the radiator, rolled dock plans stand in a wire basket by the wall. Paper ends keep their tight circles under old elastic bands. No plan is drawn free. A pair of gloves lies folded on the shelf above them. The fingertips remain bent from earlier use. No hand reaches into them. Far below, one mooring line runs from bollard to hull through the dark. Its wet fibers catch the light in broken threads. No strain changes there. The ship beside the quay keeps its long side against the fenders. No hatch opens. No voice carries up from deck level. At the side partition, frosted glass hides the little records room behind the office. A latch plate keeps one pale line of light. No door moves there. Inside that blur, shells and boxes remain as gray shapes. Nothing shifts. Nothing is sorted now. On the nearest sill, salt marks remain along the lower edge of the pane. They catch the desk lamp in thin white traces. No cloth wipes them away. Beyond them, the basin keeps its dark width under the cranes. The water moves only enough to bend the reflections. Nothing brighter enters from the channel. Nothing begins. Nothing ends. The shipping office keeps its late arrangement above the sleeping docks, warm and paper lit, while the quay, the cranes, and the moored hull remain below in the harbor dark. At the corner desk, a brass keyring rests on top of a closed invoice book. Its teeth keep one small line of lamplight. No key turns in any lock. A stapler sits beside it near a stack of delivery slips. Its jaws remain shut. No paper passes through them. Near the harbor window, one blind cord hangs beside the frame. Its knot remains still above the sill. No shade is lowered there. The glass keeps the yellow room inside and the black basin outside. The office remains above the quay. Morning has not reached the cranes yet. No wake reaches the moored ship below. Below that pane, the moored ship keeps its dark side against the quay. A line of deck lamps remains along the rail. No hatch opens there. At the loading bay beneath the office, the chain stays across the door. Its links keep one heavy curve. No clasp is lifted. A painted number remains above the shutter in worn white. The metal slats stay down. No forklift returns there tonight. Along the waterline, black fenders rest between hull and concrete wall. Their surfaces keep dim streaks of harbor light. No wake pushes through them. A ladder fixed to the quay drops toward the basin between two bollards. Its lower rungs remain wet. No boot finds them now. Near the nearest crane, a hook block hangs over the empty lane. Its cables remain straight in the dark. A red warning light stays at the far tip of the jib. It holds against the clouded sky. No second signal answers there. Inside the office, the cargo manifest remains beneath the paperweight. Port names stay printed in their columns. The capped pen remains by the calculator. At the second desk, the customs ledger stays open to the last completed line. The stamp pad remains closed. No seal meets the page tonight. Near the kettle counter, the mug remains beside the empty tin. The spoon keeps its dull line across the saucer. No steam returns there. At the corner desk, the brass keyring still rests on the invoice book. Its teeth keep one small reflection. No lock is tested in the room. Beyond the quay, the basin opens toward the outer channel in a broad black sheet. A buoy light returns at a patient interval. No vessel enters on it. Farther out, warehouse roofs remain low under the harbor cloud. One sodium lamp holds above the road. No late truck turns between the sheds. At the foot of the stair, a yellow line runs across the concrete by the office door. Its paint remains clear despite the wet sheen. No heel crosses it. A small drain beside the wall keeps one dark square among the puddles. The grate remains clear. No stream passes through it now. From the ship, no voice reaches the quay. No chain drops. No gangway shifts. Only the water moves enough to bend the yellow reflections from the office windows. The movement remains small. The basin keeps its depth in the dark. At the side partition, the frosted records room remains a blur behind the latch plate. Gray shelves hold their places beyond the glass. Nothing is sorted there. At the far crane base, striped hazard paint circles the support in broad bands. The colors remain dull under the key lamp. No shadow crosses them. A coil of rope rests beside the footing on a pallet board. Its outer loop keeps one round shape. No hand lifts it free. The office windows continue above the quay with their yellow squares. On the ship's deck, one narrow door shows a warmer light behind its portal. It stays closed. No figure passes there. Near the lower bollard, rust marks run down the concrete wall toward the water. They remain dark and thin under the lamp. No fresh streak forms. A mooring line passes across them toward the hull. Its wet fibers catch the light in broken threads. The strain does not change. At the harbor window, the blind cord still hangs beside the frame. Its knot remains above the sill. No shade is lowered. The salt traces along the pane continue to catch the lamp in pale white lines. No cloth wipes them away tonight. The harbor remains outside the glass. From the stairwell, one pipe gives a low, settling note. Brief, then gone. The heater keeps its even breath near the door. The desks keep their papers. The cranes keep their height over the quay. At the quay edge, the puddles hold broken yellow shapes beneath the office. The hull remains against the fenders. The ladder remains wet below the bollards. Tonight, the laundromat keeps its corner of the block. A blue sign glows above the dark parking spaces. Warm air gathers behind the glass front. Nothing asks to be finished quickly. Inside the window, white machines stand in clean rows. A dryer turns with one soft, circular sound. No one speaks over it. Near the entrance, a rubber mat lies dark with old, damp marks. Its edges stay flat against the tiles. No shoe drags across it. A plastic basket rests beside the change machine. Its handles lean inward. No hand lifts it now. Along the left wall, washers hold their round, black doors beneath the strip lights. Some windows show folded pale fabric against the steel drums. Some show only glass and stillness. No cycle begins at this moment. A price board hangs above the first row. Small numbers list wash sizes in tidy columns. No finger traces them. No coin drops below. At the folding tables, the laminate catches a cool reflection from the ceiling. One table holds a neat stack of shirts in two pale piles. The cloth keeps its pressed edges. Nothing loosens there. A single sock waits near the far corner beside a bottle of softener. Its cuff lies turned inward. No one notices it yet. At the center aisle, the biggest dryer turns behind a round door. White towels rise, then fall. The motion keeps the same patient rhythm within the drum. No stronger rattle follows, only the soft round turning under warm air. Beside the dryers, a rolling cart stands under a sign that reads, "Please clean lint filters." Its wire shells keep a few last threads of cotton at the corners. No basket rests inside it. A waste bin waits beside the cart with its lid tilted back. A receipt lies across the rim. The paper does not slide. Near the rear wall, a vending machine glows over rows of soap boxes and small bottles. Blue light gathers in the clear panel. No selection number appears. A packet of dryer sheets hangs slightly forward on one metal coil. It does not fall. It does not turn. At the sink, a chrome faucet holds a white line from the lamp above it. The basin stays dry except for one dim ring near the drain. No water runs there. A little shelf above the sink carries stain remover, clothespins, and one half-empty spray bottle. Their labels face outward. Nothing is moved. From the back office, one low click comes through the door. Brief, then gone. The dryers continue with their even circles. The strip lights keep their pale tone. The room settles again. At the far window, the parking lot opens under two weak lamps and a dark winter sky. Painted lines cut across the empty asphalt in dull white bands. No headlights turn in. A shopping cart stands by the curb outside with one wheel slightly wrong. It faces the road. It does not roll away. Near the detergent shelf, a young plant sits in a paper cup beside the register. Its leaves lean toward the glass. No hand turns the cup. The cash drawer stays shut under the counter. A calculator lies beside it with a fading sticker on the back. No total changes there. At the second row of machines, one washer shows a slow, dark ribbon of water around the load. Shirts and towels drift through the window and disappear. Then the pale cloth returns. A green start button holds its tiny light. The door seal shines with one thin curve. No hand waits near it. Along the right wall, molded chairs sit under a poster of folded sheets and summer sunlight. Their plastic backs keep a mild shine under the lamps. No coat hangs over them. A magazine rests across one seat with its cover bent at the edge. The pages stay closed. No one reaches for it. At the coin changer, small instructions sit behind scratched plastic. Bills in. Coins out. The slot stays dark. The tray below stays empty. No metal spill rings against it tonight. Nothing begins. Nothing ends. The laundromat keeps its late arrangement under the ceiling lights, warm and ordinary, while the block outside grows quieter beyond the glass. Near the last dryer, a lint door hangs shut above a narrow strip of brushed steel. The handle keeps a pale mark from older hands. No one opens it now. A folded note under clear tape says "out of order" on the smallest machine at the end. The ink has faded at one corner. Nothing changes on it tonight. At the register shelf, a jar of loose coins stands beside a cup of pens. Copper and silver catch the blue sign from the window in tiny scattered points. No one counts them. Beyond the glass front, the empty parking spaces keep their dark lines. Inside, warm air, turning drums, folded cloth, and pale lights hold the room in its patient midnight order. Near the soap shelf, 3 bottles stand beneath a handwritten sale card. Their caps face forward in neat row. No bottle tips there now at all. The floor keeps a thin warmth above the dryers and drains. It does not travel farther. The night stays on the other side of the glass. Beyond the glass front, the parking lot keeps its painted rows under weak lamps. The shopping cart still faces the road. No headlights turn in. At the curb, a newspaper box stands beside a cracked bollard. Its door stays shut. No coin drops there. Inside, the biggest dryer continues with the same round lift and fall. Towels rise, then settle. The sound stays low enough to blend with the vent above the sink. Warm air passes through the room in a steady ribbon. Nothing competes with it. Near the magazine chair, the bent cover catches the ceiling light in a pale shape. No page opens. No hand reaches down. At the change machine, the bill slot stays dark. The coin tray shows bare metal. No spill of quarters rings into it tonight. Along the folding table, the stack of shirts keeps its straight edges. A sleeve corner hangs over by less than an inch. It does not slip. Beside the bottle of softener, the single sock waits near the wall. Its heel faces up. Its pair does not appear. At the second row, the washer window turns the same dark ribbon of water around the load. Shirts fade into the lower arc. Then pale cloth rises again. The small green button near the latch continues to glow. The seal around the door keeps a thin, wet curve. No palm rests against the glass. Near the vending machine, blue light falls across the tiles and the lower edge of the sink. Soap boxes stand in strict columns behind the panel. No spiral turns there. A packet of dryer sheets leans forward on its wire coil. It never drops. It never swings. From the back office, the same closed door keeps its thin bar of light at the floor. Nothing widens it. Nothing crosses in front of it. A shelf inside the blur seems to hold bottles and folded rags. The shapes remain half hidden. No second click comes through. At the far window, the blue sign paints a soft line along the frame. Outside, the wrong wheel of the shopping cart points slightly away from the curb. It does not roll. The road beyond the lot keeps its late emptiness between 2 lamps. No bus stops there. No late customer pulls in from the corner. On the folding table nearest the dryers, a receipt lies under a clear plastic cup. The printed line curls faintly at the top. No one smooths it flat. A mesh lint screen stands upright beside the wall. with a small drift of gray at one edge. No hand shakes it into the bin. The waste lid remains tilted back beside the cart. At the sink shelf, the half-empty spray bottle shows a cloudy line through the plastic. Clothespins rest in a chipped white tray. No pin falls free. The faucet keeps its thin white reflection. The basin keeps its dim ring by the drain. No water breaks the metal surface there. Along the right wall, the molded chairs keep their patient line under the poster. The bright summer sheets in the picture look almost white under the cold lamps. No coat hangs over the plastic backs tonight. The plant by the register leans toward the window glass. One leaf points toward the blue sign. No hand turns the paper cup around. At the register shelf, the jar of loose coins catches the sign in small blue flashes. Copper, silver, dull nickel between them. It stays there. The corner that has faded most faces the aisle. No one presses the door handle below it. A narrow strip of brushed steel runs under the lint hatch. Its surface shows old fingerprints in the lamp glow. Nothing adds to them tonight. At the mat by the door, the dry salt marks stay in the grooves. They do not spread. They do not vanish. Outside, the lot keeps its dark spaces. Inside, the turning drum keeps its circle. Tonight, the upper station waits above the town. A pale lamp hangs over the quiet platform. Steel rails fall away into the dark below. Nothing asks to leave the hill. Beyond the glass, the bay lies under faint harbor light. A cable hum sits deep in the walls. No bell breaks it. Near the ticket window, a brass tray rests under the counter slot. Its edge takes a thin line from the lamp. No coin touches it. A timetable card stands behind the pane in a clear holder. The last departure line sits printed at the bottom. No finger points there. Along the platform, painted arrows lead toward the stopped car. The white marks look soft on the worn boards. No shoe follows them. A chain hangs across the loading gap by the rail. Its links make one dark curve. No clasp lifts free. Inside the car, varnished benches face each other under frosted glass globes. Their wood shows a smooth shine at the corners. No coat lies across them. A leather strap swings from the ceiling rail by less than an inch. Then it grows still. The cabin takes back its quiet. At the operator stand, a row of switches sits beneath a steel plate. Black labels name brake, door, cabin lamp and signal. No switch moves. A key rests in a shallow tray beside the panel. Its ring catches a dim spark from the globes. Nothing turns with it. Below the platform edge, the twin rails run down the cliff in a straight, cold fall. Timbers cross beneath them at measured gaps. No wheel passes there. A cable channel follows the center line into the dark cut of the hill. It shows one dull stripe. No cover shifts aside. Near the rear wall, a bench stands beneath old photographs of the line in winter snow. The frames throw back a soft yellow from the platform lamp. No face leans close. A folded newspaper lies on the bench by the wall end. Its pages stay shut. No hand reaches down for it. From the machine room, one small relay gives a click. Brief, then gone. The cable hum returns to the front of hearing. The car waits at the platform. The station settles again. At the side window, the town below looks scattered across the bay in weak gold points. A church tower rises darker than the roofs around it. No window brightens further. Farther out, a pier light marks the harbor mouth at patient intervals. The blink comes back, then leaves the water black again. On the fairboard, zone numbers sit in neat white columns beside small black squares. The paint shows hairline chips near the lower edge. No chalk touches it. A punch tool hangs from a hook under the board. Its jaws sit open. Nothing slides between them tonight. At the door threshold, a strip of ribbed rubber meets the worn platform planks. Salt marks gather in the grooves from older weather. No wet boot returns. A narrow drain runs beside the threshold in a line of iron slots. It stays clear. No water moves through it now. Inside the ceiling dome, the cabin lights throw warm circles on the window frames. Their glow reaches the brass door latches and stops. No brighter mode appears. Beyond the glass, the track drops out of view almost at once. Only the first run of rail can be seen. The rest belongs to the hillside dark. Near the end bench, a small route map sits beneath scratched acrylic. The line runs from Lower Key to Upper Station in one thin red stroke. No stoplight changes on it. A thumbtack pin holds a typed service notice by the frame. Its corner curls by a fraction. It does not fall. At the far post, an enamel sign reads, "Keep gate closed." The letters stay clear despite old chips in the blue. No hand reaches for the latch. A bell rope hangs beside the sign, braided and dark at the grip. It does not stir. It does not drop. Nothing begins. Nothing ends. The funicular station keeps its late arrangement above the sleeping bay, warm and suspended, while the rails descend through the cliff toward the lamps below. Near the wall clock, the minute hand passes into the next hour. No one turns to it. The room does not answer. A stack of unused tickets waits beneath the shelf in a wooden drawer left half open. Their edges form one pale block in the shadow. No thumb counts them tonight. At the platform end, a red marker lamp faces the upper rail line. Its round glass glows against the drop beyond the boards. No second color joins it. Past the platform roof, the cable line disappears between stone walls and bare branches. The bay gives back only scattered light. Morning has not reached the water yet. Near the station door, a framed rate notice hangs above the skirting board. Its glass takes a faint stripe from the lamp. No update is pinned over it. A wool scarf rests on the peg beside the old photographs. Its fringe lies straight against the wall. Nothing lifts it back into the night. At the lower edge of the pane, one salt line catches the harbor glow. It stays thin. It does not fade. Platform air stays warm. Below that platform air, the rails keep dropping through the cliff. The first sleepers shine under the lamp. Then the line slips into shadow. At the retaining wall, stone blocks rise beside the track. Their joints show pale mortar. No ivy moves there. A service handrail follows the descent beside the rail bed. Its paint shows worn places. No hand closes around it. Under the platform boards, the motor housing sits between beams. Its vents stay dark. No drive begins there. An inspection hatch lies flush with the deck. Its hinge line catches a thread of lamplight. Nothing lifts it open. Inside the cabin, the leather strap has grown still. The frosted globes keep their soft circles over the benches. No door latch clicks. At the far seat, a ticket stub rests near the corner. Its punched edge makes a white shape. No one takes it away. Beyond the first drop, the track enters a cutting where stone rises close on either side. Bare branches cross the gap above in black lines. No wind passes through them. The center cable runs between the rails toward the lower station. Its dull metal catches one short piece of harbor glow. Then it vanishes down the slope. Near the operator stand, the switch labels keep their small white words. Brake, door, signal. The letters sit under worn varnish on the steel plate. No finger passes along them. No order changes in the room. Far below, the lower station roof appears between the branches as a dark triangle by the key road. One weak lamp burns near the platform there. No bell answers from it. Behind that roof, the harbor water takes the town lights in broken strands. The reflections bend and come together, then open again. At the bench under the photographs, the folded newspaper keeps its hard crease down the center. Its top corner shows part of an old headline. No page loosens. The scarf on the peg lies exactly where it was left. Its wool catches a warmer tone than the wall behind it. Nothing lifts the fringe. At the threshold, The salt in the rubber grooves looks pale beside the iron drain. No damp line reaches it from outside. No boot darkens the mat. A brass latch plate gleams at the cabin door by the chain. Its screws remain fixed. No handle turns beneath it. From the machine room, a second relay sounds once, soft, then gone. The cable hum returns to the room. The bay lies below the windows. The station takes back its quiet shape. At the route map, the red line still joins Upper Station to Key in one neat stroke. A small dot marks the midpoint cut in the cliff. No lamp blinks. Scratches in the acrylic catch the platform light at certain angles, then fade, then show. Near the wall clock, the minute hand moves farther into the new hour. The pale face hangs above the peg rail. No one notices. Under it, the half-open drawer carries the unused tickets. Their edges make pale block in shadow. No thumb fans through them. At the side window, the church tower sits dark above the roofs. The pier light returns at the harbor mouth, then leaves the water black again. No late ferry pushes. No car turns up the hill road. The town stays low under the cliff. Along the platform edge, the painted arrows point toward the cabin door. Their white shapes look older on the worn boards. No step follows them. The chain across the gap makes a dark curve between the posts. Its clasp stays down. Its links do not ring. At the far post, the "Keep Gate Closed" sign shows chipped blue enamel. The bell rope hangs beside it, braided and dark at the grip. It does not stir. Above the roofline, the bay gives back only scattered lamps. Below the roofline, the rails disappear between stone and branch. Morning has not reached the water yet.